The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
One-on-one action on tap. Here's Spear Championship Wrestling Revengeance 2018 rolls on. It is a premier brand debut for this young athlete.
Introducing first, biggest man ring from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Weighing in at 158 pounds, he is the self-professed best-looking Boricua, Marc-Anthony Alejandro.
Marc-Anthony Alejandro is making his first appearance in Premier, and he has brought his personal customized trading card that's available on his merchandise tables out to apparently not sign and give to a fan. He is always scouting for pretty ladies. He calls himself El Niño Bonito and the best-looking Boricua in professional wrestling. Very full of himself. Still very young in his pro wrestling journey. We'll see if it can lead to success. He has a very tough draw here tonight. We saw him appear at welterweight 4 a month ago. Very happy with his training card. Part of the welterweight rumble, he was eliminated by the eventual winner, Atticus Cogar. And what are your first impressions of Mr. Alejandro, Jim?
I mean, having a good look and handsome can't hurt you, but that doesn't get the deal done. I also feel that I should mention that you said he wouldn't sign or give the card away. Looked like he did, in fact, sign the card. He still wouldn't give it away. Oh, and here comes the Spasmanian Devil himself.
A reaction so great, even Palace was taken aback when he came through the curtain. Palace is just perpetual motion through and through. Never gets tired, always in a great mood, smile on his face. Marc-Anthony is not really amused by Palace's antics, but Palace's energy and his machinations and his pre-match warm-up have been very successful for him. Of course, the first ever Premier Champion once upon a time, and last time we saw him in this building, he was in the main event of Anniversary, contesting for that title again. Ron Mathis, very sneaky as Premier Champion. We'll see if Palace can bounce back with a big victory here.
Ron Mathis, sneaky? That doesn't sound like him at all.
And that'll be a story we'll pursue later tonight. Marc-Anthony, is he going to wrestle with sunglasses?
And arm warmers? A headband.
Mark claiming his time is now, and Palace, we're infatuated with the eyewear.
To be fair, I knew Palace when he was a big fan of goggles.
Touché.
How you did me?
I think Palace pulls him off a little better.
Woo, those are fighting words, friend.
I think Mark's too upset and worried about his glasses to fight. Well, not this guy. Be careful, Mark. You might try to pickpocket him.
I don't know that Alejandro gets to see his glasses again.
He may be seeing double vision, perhaps, if Palace gets his way. Alejandro tried a cheap shot. Palace much more experienced and much more seasoned. I give credit to Mark for signing this open contract, but this is an uphill climb because Palace, oh man, right on the tailbone.
Good way to break your coccyx.
The inverted style.
Even better way.
And you can hear Alejandro cry out in pain as we should point out the coccyx is the medical term for the tailbone to anybody unaware at home. And here's old school airplane spin. Mike Rotunda's smiling somewhere.
Do we owe him royalties for that? Is it like 25 cents?
Maybe not royalties, but maybe some taxes. Alejandro to the floor, dizzy, confused, without his glasses. He's all verklempt right now.
It's a rough start for the young fella.
Well, Andrew Palace is one of those guys who's so difficult to scout. Don't vomit, please. That's the cleanup crew out here. Palace is so tough to scout and prepare for because he's just all over the place. He's always the quickest one in the ring. He's always thinking 100 miles a minute. You know, it's a chore just to keep up with him, let alone find a way to counter him. And Alejandro put the brakes on that time. Palace tried to build some momentum. Second time, no.
No.
And Alejandro maybe baited Palace in that time. Hung him up first on the top rope.
Smart move by Alejandro. I wouldn't exactly say suckered him in, but I would not say suckered him in.
And nice jump up into the Hurricane Rana. Seamless motion by Marc-Anthony. We'll see if he can follow up. Not this time.
Block. Oh. Introduced him to the turnbuckle.
Gonna spring up. Check this out. Cross body. Palace is trapped here. 2 count only.
I don't know that Palace was ready for Alejandro to be on the top rope all of a sudden.
And Mark's one of those guys who has never met a mirror he didn't like and already has an inflated sense of self. And we'll see if he can bring out. Palace just countered those right hands with a chop. Alejandro trying to get aggressive here. I think Mark is out of his element in a matchup with somebody like Palace. Just talking about so difficult to prepare for. Anthony's hurting on pretty much every inch of his body at this point, and just trying to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I don't know that I would, with the size differential there, I don't know that I would try and I don't know that I'd try and get Gelly with him. I mean, to be honest, I would probably try and stick to the speed, try and go with a more agility game against Palace if I'm Alejandro.
Saw Mark take out the knee of Palace, and now these side round kicks. Kick with a chest cavity, and maybe ran his mouth a little bit too much.
Palace caught him. Oh, flipped him around. Oh,
high ankle suplex.
It's a shame he doesn't remember his parents anymore.
And Palace going to charge in, and there's the recovery of the Spasmanian Devil. It's why he is... no pun intended, one of the premier athletes on this roster. And now, check this out. Oh, the torque he got on the German.
He wasn't trying to lift him. He was trying to drive him down.
Palace taking an opinion poll. Is this the end? Hernia driver. No, Mark fights out of it.
But then... just hiding under the bottom rope, I would run.
Well, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Palace is pursuing, and what? Marc-Anthony digging deep into the eyes. I think that might have been another maneuver of Marc-Anthony baiting Palace near the ropes, and Mark taking advantage.
Great, you got a thumb to the eye. Now capitalize. Get in there, kid. Nope.
Mark went for a modified code breaker, it looked like. Palace, his turn to put the brakes on. Could it be hernia driver?
Oh!
That'll be all.
Bring him up, put him down. He carried a water.
Andrew Palace, the victory, and no sophomore jinx after the anniversary loss. No loss of momentum here, and Palace winning this matchup in style. Mark gets his glasses back, but may get some hospital bills in the meantime as he recovers from a very motivated, inspired performance by the Spasmanian Devil.
Welcome to Premiere, kid.
What's next for Andrew Palace? Whatever it is, you gotta believe if I'm Ron Mathis, Palace is always in the periphery because he's dangerous on any given night.